The wind does not whisper across this world. It howls a blade of frozen air, tearing through the endless white. Snow lashes the hunched figures moving in a line, their bodies wrapped in scraps of fur, stiff with ice. These are Australopithecus, fragile, against the colossal rage of an earth that never thawed. The Ice Age did not end. Glaciers stretch where grass once grew, and survival is carved only through pain. The opening of their story is not peace, but struggle their very breath, a battle against the storm. Imagine a world where every dawn is a fight to keep fire alive, where food is not scarce, but nearly extinct, and where every shadow in the snow may conceal death. Would humanity have ever risen, or would the ice itself have crushed the dream of civilization? The tribe presses forward through the blizzard, each step sinking into drifts that swallow their knees. At the front, a matriarch leads, clutching a sharpened stone, bound with sinew to a branch. Her eyes scan the horizon, not for prey but for shelter. Behind her, children stumble, faces half hidden in frost, their cries muted by the roar of wind. They carry no baskets of fruit, no roots pulled from soil, only bones stripped bare and frozen skins of the beasts they once felled. Hunger claws at their bellies, sharper than the storm. Suddenly, the leader halts. A dark mass looms ahead, a cave mouth cut into a cliff of ice and rock. Relief ripples through the group as they shuffle forward. Yet as they near, shapes emerge in the shadows, other figures broader, taller, wielding heavier clubs of frozen wood. Another clan. The tension thickens like the frost in their lungs. Eyes meet across the gulf of snow, recognition, suspicion, warning. The matriarch raises her hand, motioning her kin to stay back. The rival clan growls low in their throats, puffing steam into the air like beasts staking territory. A choice looms: shelter from the storm or war for survival. The storm decides for them. A sudden gust hurls ice into their faces, the world vanishing into white. One child slips tumbling down into the drift. In the confusion, a predator strikes. From the blizzard's veil bursts the silhouette of a cave lion, its mane crusted with frost, its roar muffled by the gale. The rival clan scatters their shouts, lost in the storm. The matriarch lunges, driving her stone tip into the snow as she rallies her kin. The lion circles, eyes blazing like twin suns in the storm. The tribe closes in, moving as one, their desperation welding them into a wall of spears and stones. A young hunter hurls a jagged shard of flint, cutting the beast's shoulder. Blood steams against the snow. The lion leaps its weight, a storm unto itself, colliding with a male who crumples beneath its claws. The matriarch's cry rips the night, she drives her weapon deep, and the tribe surges with her stabbing, striking, clawing. The snow becomes red, the air filled with the struggle of life and death. When silence falls, it is heavy, broken only by the hiss of blood on ice. The lion lies still. The fallen male gasps, his body torn, but his tribe surrounds him, pressing moss into wounds, using bone splints to bind what can be saved. The rival clan watches from the shadows, their hostility tempered now into something else. Perhaps fear, perhaps respect. The storm still rages, but the cave mouth waits its darkness, a promise of survival. The tribe drags their wounded inside. Fire is struck, fragile sparks coaxed from flint and dry reeds carried for days. Warmth spreads at last, a glow against the eternal ice. The children laugh weakly, steam rising from their fur, as the storm beats uselessly against stone. In this moment, Survival is not conquest, but endurance. In the endless ice age, every victory is fleeting, every dawn uncertain. Yet here in the firelight, humanity holds on. Outside, the storm devours the world, but inside the cave, flickers of flame dance across the walls, light carved out of darkness. The matriarch crouches beside the wounded male, gently adjusting the splint, fashioned from mammoth bone and sinew. She places a heated stone wrapped in damp moss on his chest, steam rising with each breath he manages. His pain is visible raw, yet his eyes do not close. He watches the fire, clings to it, as if it alone anchors him to life. A child presses against his side, small hands trembling as they mimic the matriarch's movements, learning not just how to heal, but how to hope. Their cave is narrow and cold, its floor uneven with frost, but it is sanctuary for now. They share the warmth in silence, passing smoked meat, scavenged from an old kill wrapped in hide. It is tough dry, almost gone. They chew not for flavor, but for fuel. Tomorrow they must hunt again. Morning never truly comes, only a dim blue haze beyond the cave's mouth. The storm weakens, but the air remains cruel. They emerge, moving as shadows across the white. The rival clan is gone. No blood was shed between them, but no alliance was forged either. Survival does not always leave room for brotherhood. The tribe descends toward the frozen valley where the river once flowed. Now it lies still beneath a crust of ice. The matriarch strikes it with a sharpened stone until it cracks, and the strongest males scoop water with hollowed gourds of bark. One slips beneath the surface briefly, his arm numb and violet, as he resurfaces, but they drink. Water here is life, even if it burns the throat like fire. Suddenly, movement. In the distance, just beyond a cluster of wind-sculpted boulders, shapes stir. The matriarch signals a low grunt, a flat palm held high. They crouch. From the whiteness emerges prey, musk oxen, their woolly forms lumbering snouts, pushing snow aside to reach roots hidden beneath. A rare bounty. But the wind is not on the tribe's side. The animals raise their heads, nostrils flaring. The hunt erupts with no time for plan. The tribe fans out, flanking the beasts. Stones fly. A young female, her eyes narrowed with hunger and fear, lunges from the side, striking with a pointed stick. The ox bellows, twisting its horns toward her. She falls. Another hunter slams into its side, distracting it long enough for the matriarch to plunge a bone spear deep into its throat. Blood erupts in a thick spray, hot vital. It hisses as it meets the snow. They've done it. The beast collapses, limbs twitching, steam rising. The young female rises, limping a gash across her arm. The matriarch doesn't speak, just presses her forehead to the girl's breath, warm against frost-bitten skin. Around them, the tribe works fast. Sinews are stripped meat carved with flint bones cracked for marrow. Every part will serve. Nothing is wasted in a world this cold. Yet even victory must be tempered. Overhead, clouds thicken again, and the matriarch's eyes scan the horizon. Tracks not musk ox, not theirs. Larger, wider. A predator stalks this frozen land, and they are not the only hunters. The scent of blood drifts on the wind, an unspoken call to every predator in the valley. The tribe moves fast, binding meat in hide bundles, slinging them over shoulders, dragging what they cannot carry. But it is already too late. From the far ridge, a shadow detaches itself from the ice. Then another. Then four. Massive, hulking. Smilodons. saber-toothed cats. Their golden eyes gleam fixed on the tribe with a hunger carved by the same endless cold. The matriarch hisses a warning. No time to run. No high ground. No fire. They form a crescent, backs to the boulder wall, children at the center. Spears and stones rise. Every breath fogs the air. Every heartbeat echoes like a drumbeat against fate. One Smilodon crouches low tail, twitching muscles coiled. Then it pounces. The young female wounded from the hunt does not hesitate. She steps forward, raising her crude spear with both hands. The cat strikes, but she spins, thrusting upward. The tip catches flesh just enough. The beast roars, veering off, bleeding. She falls shoulder torn open. Another lunges. A male intercepts it, tackled from the side, clawed bitten, but still standing, still striking. The matriarch howls not in fear, but in fury. Her stone blade slashes again and again. The tribe joins in unity, forged not in words, but in blood. One Smilodon lies dead. Another limps away, leaving a red trail. The others vanish into the snow, their advantage broken. Silence falls, but not stillness. The cost has been taken. The young male who shielded the children does not rise. The tribe surrounds his body, placing a stone in his hand. Ritual, meaning without language. They dig with antlers, carve a shallow grave beneath the snow-laced earth. They do not linger long. When they return to the cave, it is with less meat, but more memory. The wounded are tended with moss and heat, the young female's arm wrapped in hide, soaked with poultice. They eat in silence, not in mourning, but in reverence. Then a sound. A chuckle, rough, breathless, from the oldest male. A spark of laughter. A child follows. Soon the cave echoes with quiet joy. Against all odds, they have survived. And in that frozen world, laughter is the rarest fire of all.